Far frickin' out. Hey, it's your old pal SBJ back, coming at you, flying at you for another episode of Clouded Conversations. Beautiful first day of summer. And with me is, as always, is my old pal Quincy. How you doing there, pal?
Oh, I'm all right. Yourself?
I'm doing pretty great. You know, I'm just before coming in to do the show, the podcast, I was just staring up at the sky, really appreciating life and appreciating the times we live in, and the legalization of weed, and being able to walk into a store and buy myself a couple of nice fat joints and just smoke and just get a buzz outside before the show. And if any cop hassles me, I can just whip out my old my card, my disability card, which allows me to. So I was just appreciating that. But I thought we would last time we talked about Bigfoot and the legends and Bigfoot and werewolves and I thought I'd get into we didn't cover aliens and UFOs.
All right. Well,
the thing is, there's I saw some news recently. I was watching on the news that this ex-intelligence guy says that the government has been hiding alien technology from Congress and from the world for years, and he's gonna come out, this ex-CIA guy, and he's gonna come out and with a lot of stuff about aliens and UFOs that the government's been hiding from us for a little.
Do you have a clue how come? Why does he want to do this?
Well, because I think he's seen some stuff, and I think he thinks it's about time that the world needs to know. Because the government covers this stuff up so the world isn't to not put the world into a panic, because people may not be able to handle it. Most people may not be able to handle it, and all the technology that they have. But someone's getting ready to come out and say a few things.
Well, it all depends. If they're dangerous, yeah, I can see how come. But if they're not dangerous, well...
There's no report of aliens being hostile, but they're mentioning that there's a big chance that for the last few years, there could be a couple of people walking among us that are really aliens.
Well, do you have a clue where, when, and how?
I certainly don't.
But I guess, someone, whoever thinks this is going to have to come on and say something. Where, who, where, when, and how.
The most I've seen a few photos of UFOs that they've come out with, and I forget where exactly. I think it was on an episode of America's Most. No, couldn't have been that show, but it was on one of those shows. They flashed a picture of a spaceship that had crashed, and it had two people in the cockpit of the space. I mean, not two people, two aliens in the cockpit of the spaceship, two dead aliens. And
aliens?
Well, yeah.
Well,
and it was that's all you could see. You couldn't see the complete spaceship, but you could see the alien. You could see the two aliens.
First of all, hold on. Excuse me. Then I'll let you go back. But first of all, aliens, okay, but let alone two dead aliens, that's not good. Okay, now who's going to drive the ship? How come they're dead? Okay,
they're dead because they have probably been out probing the Earth. They flew too low and they had crashed, and maybe some important people whoever found these aliens called up the cops or maybe called somebody, and the CIA probably immediately came and picked up the crash and the crashed spaceship and the aliens. But that's all I can think of. But I have seen a picture of the aliens.
Well,
They look like those, the thin. With the thin necks and the big eyes and the gray color, kind of like in the movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Now, you've seen that flick, right?
Yeah, a little bit. I suppose now, if these things really do come, they have to have come to an airport and land just like airplanes and everything else. If they really do show up, yeah,
who knows? Who knows? What.
They
could probably just come down and
Well, if the ship is real big, if the ship is real big, then they have to do it legally. Just like anyone else. Mm-hmm. Then where else are they going to come? To an airport. Then they have to land their ship. Then they come out, mix, mingle, do whatever, and buy some food, milk, coffee, and mix and mingle. Right?
Yeah.
Just like anyone else. Where else are you going to land a ship?
Well, you could let. We don't know if they're they can probably make themselves invisible and stuff like that. That's what.
Well, let me put it this way: invisible. Maybe you've seen that on cartoons, whatever. But I don't think
they're probably years and years ahead of us, technology-wise.
Do you really think there's such a thing as for real invisibility?
I don't disbelieve it. I think there could be.
I've seen it in cartoons and having fun. Okay, that's one thing, but
yeah, I know that. That's probably why the CIA's CIA keeps it from us, because it could be a little too much to handle. But
let me put it this way: if not that there, I don't think there is, but if there is visibility, invisible, then you know what? They intend to do a lot of evil. They can, just think about that.
Sure, I'm thinking of it. But they could be using it to observe us.
Yeah, observe.
Just to be among us and everything and see how we go about things.
Well, let me put it this way. I don't think there'll be a visibility, but I do believe in cameras, that's observing us, and okay, so maybe there is spaceships, and UFOs. Mm-hmm. I think the closest thing you're going to get, like I said, they're observing us through our cameras, but I don't think there's going to be visibility. All right, so maybe they're slightly different, but you know what? They want to come down here, like I said, drink coffee, mix, mingle, talk to us. If they're friendly, well, then I don't see any harm in it.
Yeah, there've been tons of movies about it over the years. What would you say one of your favorite movies about aliens is? Probably the Close Encounters one?
Yeah.
And remember that other one we watched together? It was called Paul. It was about an alien, and he came down. He was kind of a pot-smoking alien.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was okay. But the CIA was after him. And he just hopped in a van with a couple of guys going to a convention.
Why were they? Let me ask you this: how come the CIAs were after it? The aliens, were they doing wrong, or were they?
Because he had been on Earth for a couple of years, and he escaped the watch of the CIA. He had been he had been on Earth since the mid-70s.
You mean they were supposed to watch the CIA and they left?
The CIA, Paul, the alien, arrived during the 70s or something. Arrived during the 70s, and he has been living with the CIA for the last couple of years.
I don't see any harm in coming over here, though.
Well,
what's the harm with an alien or two coming over to visit us? So they left their CIA watch. As long as they get a replacement. What's the problem? I don't see. The plot of that movie was all right. I think
his alien spacecraft dropped him off. But he was with the CIA for a while, and he was waiting, and he knew when he knew when the ship was gonna come and pick him up.
Right.
And so that's why he escaped the CIA, so they wouldn't catch his alien friends. But,
Okay. Well,
it was an okay movie, wouldn't you say? As
Oh,
far
yeah,
as, I mean, Seth Rogen, the big time pothead. As far
Sure.
as movies by him, that wasn't bad. But that guy he's a pot. He'll write a movies about anything, like pot smoking sausages.
well, like I said, they're in plain English. I suppose that what it comes down to is they're humans, different kinds, just like anyone else. The only difference is they come from space, but they want to come down here for a bit.
Yeah.
Then I don't see, like I said, as long as they don't intend to destroy anything or do any damage or, the whole bit, right? Then I suppose that there's nothing wrong with it. They're going to have to find some place to sleep, just like us. And unless they want to sleep in their ship, then they come
That's
out.
what I think. I think that they probably either have quarters on their ship or they go back to their planet, but they don't stay down here. I think that, but I believe that there have been aliens as far back as ancient Egypt. We have not been we have not been alone in the universe since day one because the ancient Egyptians have chiseled spacecrafts and flying saucers into the walls of the pyramids and everything.
Sure, yeah. Well, it could happen anytime. You never know. We just have to wait and see, right?
Yeah. Do you think that thousands of years ago that some aliens came down and they went to Egypt first and told them to build some pyramids and we'll come back and take you off to our planet?
Probably, yeah.
And they've-
Well, like I said, let me ask you this: do you think that the aliens that came down here were friendly, or do you think they were out to?
I do not think that the aliens are hostile at all. I think that they're years and years ahead of us technology-wise, and they're very advanced. So, since they're so smart, they believe in like being peaceful beings. I believe in that they're ahead of war. They have no reason to fight.
That's good. Like I said,
Otherwise, they would have taken the planet from us already.
as long as they don't come down here and cause a war, then I suppose
Like
it's
an
all right.
Independence Day.
Right.
Yeah. So, what's your favorite movie about aliens?
I don't know. There's a few of them. You just mentioned a couple of ones previously, so
Like, would E.T. be your favorite movie about the aliens?
yeah, that was okay.
Well, I think, speaking of whether aliens are hostile or not, I think Mars Attacks is one of my favorites. Did you ever see that one?
No, not yet. No.
Yeah, and it's actually based. I think there was a movie made in the 50s, but it's actually based on trading cards, the Topps cards that used to show pictures and tell a story about Mars and and flying saucers. And the aliens in that movie, they actually looked like skeletons with big old brains. Skeletons with big brains. They were real thin and they were scary looking. But the thing about what made the movie enjoyable was so many great movie stars in it. It had Jack Nicholson playing the president. Well, Jack Nicholson played a dual role in it. He played the president of the United States plus a casino worker. Plus you had Annette Bening, Pierce Brosnan, Danny DeVito, Michael J. Fox, Sarah Jessica Parker, Martin Short. The movie was just loaded with great stars, and Natalie Portman from Star Wars, and it's just about it's loaded with stars, but the aliens just show up and kill everybody. It doesn't really have a plot to it.
That's good. As long as it doesn't have an evil plot, then.
Well, it does have the aliens are very hostile.
Well, I'm talking about if they really come down there. As long as they don't, like I said, if they don't
But
have
it was
an evil.
pretty enjoyable.
Oh, you're talking about the movie?
Yeah.
I'm talking about if they come down here, as long as they don't have an evil plot, then it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Like I said, I think they've been among us for many, many years, and they've been observing our behavior, and and I don't think they're interested in the human race, probably. So
No.
they're just leaving us alone.
good. Yeah,
Because but I do believe in, and I'll say that I do believe in UFOs because I'm kind of a night owl. I like to stay up really late, 3 or 4 in the morning, and I live by the train tracks. And a lot of the times, more than once, like I'll hear like a noise, like boo, like something going by my window and everything, really fast. And it could only I've never heard anything like it other than an alien spaceship. But that's all I've never seen a UFO or anything.
maybe it runs on gas. Maybe it runs on diesel. We don't know just yet. The ship,
Could be.
it's it's one or the other, either gas or diesel. Maybe because these
Where
these
does
engines.
all the oil come from? They the Gulf, the Persian Gulf. All the oil comes from. There's not many alien sightings over there, though.
No, it's
Yeah, I think they have the aliens have another way of fueling their ships.
well, you tell me. There's not many other engines out there except electric, gas, or diesel. So these ships, the alien ships, are. I'm just having fun trying to play a guessing game
Yeah,
because the ship is gonna come all the way.
I think they may be powered by the moon.
Okay, what you mean like
Well, we have solar powered vehicles, right? That
Right.
are powered by the sun and generated by the sun. Aliens probably have vehicles that are in ships that are, generated by the moon
That's true. Okay, that's another.
or Mars or Jupiter.
Yeah, they're solar powered. Okay, well, that's a good guess. But if they come down here, they're gonna have to plug their ship into an outlet and charge it, and for so many hours, because that's far away from.
Could be. So there's been a lot of things on TV over the years having to do with UFOs. What was some of your favorite TV moments having to do with
I think you just said that movie.
off the top of your head?
That the one. Close Encounter, like the theme of that was good, and then he was in there and boop, beep, boop, boop, boop. Yeah, that was good, It was a good.
I was thinking more about do you remember the episode of Taxi when a UFO came down and landed in Jim's window?
And he went up. Yep, I remember that.
Yeah, it didn't really show the aliens, but it came down and says, "We've come for you, Jim Ignatowski." Oh, okay, I'll go. And I remember he got aboard the spaceship and said, "Wow, you guys are funny looking."
Yep, I remember that. Yep, sure.
Do you remember when there was an episode of the Brady's with UFOs?
Yeah, I think all those came in the same time frame. It's just that everyone has a different bit of a different.
Yeah. The Brady Bunch did have their famous UFO episode, and Greg was faking out Bobby, blowing his little whistle that. And then nobody believed Bob that he saw a UFO, and then he had that crazy dream. Dad, do you remember the crazy dream where
When they want to go to Plutus or Pelucas or
I believe you're talking about planet Caplutus.
Plutus, however you pronounce it. Yeah.
It's so sad that I know that. But the two aliens, from the planet Caplutus in Bobby's dream.
Yeah,
And
everyone's
he's like, well, on my planet, I'm pretty small. On Caplutus, we're very big. And so Peter wakes him up, and he's like, "Oh, damn! I was about to be a basketball star on planet Caplutus." But,
everyone
that
has
was
a different storyline on the UFOs. It's like, well, all we can do is wait and see what happens, right?
yeah.
Well, Let me ask you this: is the time frame different where they live?
I would say they have like things like well, I'm not sure how they keep time and everything. But like I'm
gotta
sure
be,
they might be. Yeah, I'm sure their time frame is a lot different because
Let's see, like over here is like America, so it's like
because if you remember in the in the movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind, well, it is fiction, but it's one of the smartest movies made about aliens and picking up and
in other words,
visitors. But like they did pick up a few people in that movie, and like one of the people was like abducted in the 1950s, and he was brought back, and he didn't age a day.
it's probably like 3 hours ahead over there.
Well, I would say like maybe they can freeze time.
I don't think they can freeze time. I'd have to see it for myself. You
Yeah.
really think someone can freeze time?
Do you think if aliens came down to take somebody to be observed, that that they would take you?
No.
Do you think that there's any reason that anything that they could learn from you?
Probably, yeah. But again, we have to wait for them to come down. I'm not going to rush it. We have to, if they're really coming, you know what?
Yeah.
Like I said, we just have to wait and see, what happens.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm going to give you this. If there's a flying saucer, they have to come to an airport, land legally, and then come out and do whatever it is that we do down here. They're not too different from us.
Yeah. But I remember it it was Cheech and Chong's next movie, where at the end of the movie, Chong and it wasn't actually it was actually Chong and Cheech's cousin Red, Cheech's cousin Red, who was actually played by Cheech, but Cheech was actually home waiting for Donna. He was trying to get laid, and he was waiting for her to come over. But there was a scene with it he can't they were in the field, the pot field, and they got taken up into a spaceship by aliens, and they're like that's all you got to see as far as but they actually filmed a scene where that told why why they chose Cheech and Chong, why they kidnapped them, because they were growing because they were growing marijuana, and the Martians were potheads, so they made a deal with them. Yeah, as long as we can come here at least once a year and take some of your weed, we'll supply you with space cocaine. So they put them back on Earth. But you never got to see, I've seen the outtakes of this scene.
Well, you gotta admit, it was funny, the final punchline when he comes down, it's like,
Yeah.
hey, Cheech, wake up, try this. Huh? It's just marijuana.
No, man, this is space coke. You've never tried this, man. What do you mean? And then it just shows him do a little bump of it, and then he's like, ah! And it shows him fly through the roof and everything. I'm surprised you recollected that. You remembered that.
That was the best part about a lot of clips came out of that movie, okay? But as long as we're talking about something like this.
Well, Cheech and Chong's next movie was my favorite one.
But as long as we're talking about the bit of the aliens and everything, that clip from Cheech and Chong was good. It's like, they did that, but that was a bit stronger than your basic. It's like, they must have got wicked high off of this stuff, because and then they showed the clip of them flying up in the air.
Yeah, and there was flying up in the air, and the spaceship was a big cartoon joint. Remember?
Right?
Yeah, and it took off and said, "That's it, man." But
it took special camera work to make them fly up in the air like that, like aliens. And then it's just, that's it, man.
Yeah, it's pretty nostalgic stuff. That was one of my favorite Cheech and Chongs. It was that movie wasn't really about anything except Cheech trying to get laid and whatever Chong was trying to do for the night and everything. And he went out to a comedy club, and then he went up to... he went to a comedy club, hooked up, went to a massage parlor, hooked up with a couple of rich chicks, and the movie was but the movie was just fun because they were having a good time, and you were having a good time with them.
Yeah, it's pretty much it. Just clean cut fun. That's what Cheech and Chong was in their times.
Well, it was everything but clean cut.
Well, okay, I guess you're right.
But ever see the movie Explorers?
Not yet, no.
Well, I would say okay, this is about a couple of kids. One of them's really smart, and they make their own spaceship out of one of those cars from the carnival ride, the Tilt-A-Whirl, one of those bubble cars. And they
I seen those, yeah.
Yeah. So they
And what do you suppose it's going to run off of?
yeah. So I think it was running off solar. I forget what it was running off of, but I remember so they get their little space machine running. They fly off to another galaxy, and they land on a spaceship. And and they meet these aliens and they only communicate through TV shows like Bugs Bunny and all these old TV shows. That's how these aliens communicate. And the reason that they're there is that they just want to make friends, and their father won't let them make friends. And they have a father who's also an alien. I would have to say yeah, I'm sure everybody's seen this movie, but it's just a little too weird for my taste. If there's any movies that are a little too strange, Explorers is that movie. I mean, I can't. I really like the way the aliens look. I mean, Joe Dante uses a certain type of alien rubber, and I mean, he's made some good movies like Gremlins and
Yeah.
The Burbs and a couple of good movies, but that one was just weird.
Well, you get meant the Bugs Bunny one with you took in the cheap space monitor. You get meant that one was good. Whoever wrote that, Warner Brothers
that's
wrote
Marvin the Martian, you mean?
Yeah, it's like you stole the cheap.
I'm going to blow it up.
Yep.
Oh, thank you.
He's pretty cool. There were a lot of references of him in he appeared in Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yeah, he did. Because they must have found him in Bugs Bunny, but I guess, like I said, they recognized him from Warner Brothers.
Yeah, they should. I guess. They I would say he's been around since the mid-'70s, Marvin the Martian.
Yeah.
Do you know which, not to get too off subject, but do you know which one of the Looney Tunes has been barred from, he's been banned from syndication? You'll never see him again except for reruns?
Who's that?
Pepe Le Pew.
Why?
Because they say he's perverted and touchy-feely, and he's a groper.
What, the skunk? Pepe the skunk?
Yeah. They say he's a pervert and a sexually harassing skunk.
He was a skunk that goes out, and then just did.
He's what you call a hopeless romantic. All he wanted was his he just wanted to hook up and find another female skunk.
Well, that's the way they wrote it, but you know what? If they wrote him off, well.
And I noticed in the very last Space Jam movie they made and everything, he didn't even appear in it.
Oh, well.
Yeah, they got rid of him. I'm pretty pissed about that.
Well.
Yeah, because he's part of my childhood.
Who didn't grow up with Looney Tunes, okay? It was clean-cut fun, and Yosemite Sam was funny. The Martian's funny. It's like these are Bugs Bunny's enemies, and the way they wrote Bugs Bunny was like the theme of it was good. To the way they get into all the characters, the hunters, just everything. Then the top all off, the classic in that cartoon was like the Roadrunner. Okay, the highlight of that show was the coyote and the Roadrunner.
Yeah, I'm I have a coyote in my yard. I have a family of them. Remember I told a few months ago, I told you about the family of raccoons?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, well, they're not there anymore. These mean old coyotes have chased them out. They're pretty huge, too.
Well, that's too bad.
But those coyotes, they're pretty, they look like big dog. They look kind of like German shepherds, but their legs are a lot more muscular, and then so are their chests. But their stomach, or they always have sunken stomachs, and they have floppy, pointy ears. But Yeah, they bullied out the raccoons, and now it's I guess it's kind of illegal to feed. I guess it's illegal to feed the coyotes.
Well, can you blame them? Because if you don't want to be attacked by a coyote,
No, and
then
there are a
don't
lot
feed
of
them.
cute little dogs in the area who will get chased by the coyotes, I imagine.
That's why they have leash laws, and that's why you keep your dogs to a limited, around your area. Take them for a walk, then put them. But there are wild animals out there, and coyotes are one of them. I guess, right? Got to watch out for them.
So, do you know, back to aliens? Do you know why? Do you know why ET came down to? Do you know why ET came down to Earth?
To meet people, mix, mingle. Is that it?
No.
Then how can they come down?
Because he's a collector of plants. He's a botanical collector.
A botanical collector.
Yeah. He's a grower of plants because do you remember before in the opening scene of E.T. it showed inside the spaceship and it showed all these different plants from all these different planets.
Okay.
And when after he had his little adventure with Elliot, Elliot gave him the flower, the geranium, for his collection.
Then okay, then
So that's why E.T. was down here.
I suppose if they're gonna collect plants, well, they have to know what plants are dangerous and what plants are not dangerous,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I suppose so. I just thought I'd fill you in. But I'm looking up at the sky, up at that clock on the wall, and it's about time to wrap up this cosmic episode.
Well, thanks for having me on your show.
Oh no, as always, no problem. Thanks for being here. And
Well,
as we say, I guess keep watching the skies and take another hit of acid so you'll go further out and further out and further out. Remember, as the Blue Boy said. All right.
Yeah, I remember that. That's a good way to conclude. He's dead. I couldn't resist. But thank you for watching and this very special episode of.
Good night, everybody, from Robolod.
And drive carefully. Thank you.